Welcome back to a news video. Today we're going to talk about Dialdo's release, which is honestly a pretty big deal considering that he is supposed to be a meta changer. So we're going to go in a full should you pull depth later on. That's going to be a separate video, but for today we're just kind of breaking the news of what's coming this week and a little bit of a tease of why you should be looking forward to Dialdo. All right, let's get into it, and we'll start in the notices. And we're talking about Dialdo's banner, which is coming out this Wednesday, and the following week will be the Dark Golem Vision card and Esper. So it's not all coming in the same week. It's in the same news item, but in different weeks. And it's interesting to see there's a global upgrade on the VC, but we'll get back to that in just a second here. But here is Dialdo, and the short of it is, if you don't already know, is that he is going to be Earth's new tank. And yes, he's going to be a lot better than Moraga. Now, Moraga's not terrible, especially if you went through the effort of, transcending him and then reincarnating him. But Dialdo is going to be on a different level. He is 100 cost, of course, which kind of adds in to what you should expect from him. He has a unique main job, and then he's got the Kododama wielder sub and the Red Mage sub. But what really he can do very well is stack an insane amount of single target resistance, and he can still access AoE resistance as well. So he can have two of these kind of unmitigatable things that you can just survive with. But also he just has a lot of survivability through his stats, his resistances, and all the other usual tank stuff that you see. And we can see just from his kit here that he gets regen from his limit burst, that he gets his own healing power up as well from things, and so paired with a healer is going to be in a really good spot. And we actually see a lot of Dialdo and Velis in JP, and then that third unit can be, maybe it's an Earth unit, probably Bradley, but it could be an Ice unit, it could be a lot of different units. There's a lot of different ways to build them, and that's why he is so good, because he's not necessarily going to be an element locked unit that we're used to. He's going to be somebody that you can use to trick people on defense of guild battles, and so it's not going to be as simple as, hey, are you an Earth player? Pull for Dialdo. It's going to be much more complicated than that, but more on that in the should you pull. We should also mention that he's only here for the 1 week, so from July 5th to July 11th. It's a very quick window. However, there are multiple reruns that have happened in JP, and you will be able to get them at a later date, which is what I'm going to have to do because I have 11,000 Visiore, which is really low, and I would actually very much like to have Dialdo, because if you don't know, I kind of have actually a pretty decent Earth squad here. I've got Bradley at 140. I slow built him. I have Oberon and Mastery, and there's other units that I could work on as well. So I actually probably should be getting him. I think if you don't get him, or if you don't get Wrath, then you might have a painful time in higher level guild battles. That's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting from him. But let's go on to the next thing, which is going to be the new Vision card. Now, this underwhelmed people when they first saw it, but I would maintain that it is a solid Vision card in Esper for sure. And the fact that, yes, you can get area resistance up from lots of neutral cards means that some people won't miss this. But what is very interesting, besides the area resistance and the defense and the card AP up, is the fact that it has a limited bestowed effect for global, which is going to be lightning resistance up and unit attack up. So it's really going to hammer home that lightning advantage that Earth units have. And then the unit attack resistance up is going to be absolutely massive for Dialdo, and he'll be able to get some pretty nutty amounts of unit attack resistance once he has like his in-game buffs and his passives and all that. So it's really quite nuts to see that upgrade, but they're leaning into it. So that will be another video, of course. I'll do that. I guess since I know it's coming out now, I can just prep that, but that will be coming out as well. Next up, we can talk about the login bonus. That's really all there is to look here. But we can see that we will get the tickets to pull for him. So that's how I plan on getting my Dialdo, is I'm going to be pulling for him on those tickets. If I don't get him on those tickets, then I will have to wait, but I might still buy some shards. I'll definitely buy the Gil shards. I mean, I got to think about what my plan is going to be, because I think I will try to get him at some point in the future. Otherwise, we're going to get a quest for his spear, which we'll take a quick look at in just a second here. But this spear is definitely very, very strong, and it's going to be a must farm for him. Luckily, it's not, you know, going away. It's part of those Void of Darkness EX quests, so those are just always there. There's actually an attack version too, so this is going to be good for some units, certain units that can take advantage of the job-specific upgrades. But other than that, that's the one thing that you'll definitely want to farm for this week. We also have some upgrades to our guilds battle and arena map. So obviously there's something that's for Dialdo here. So Earth, Magic, and HP up for Earth units. It's the Mind's entrance map, which is fine. I don't have any strong feelings about this one either way. So that's usually a good thing. And then we have Bamboo Grove 3 with Earth and Ice magic up, so that's helping out Howlet a little bit still from last week, so that's fine to see there. Otherwise, they're going to add in the, you know, Dialdo job to the different vision cards that have spears on them, and then we have some units eligible for Transcendence. So let's go head on over to War Divisions Calc to take a look at all the new stuff. First up is the Spear, and this is one that can be built for an attack version or a magic version, or it can also do an aim version, but really you're just going to be using one of the two. So obviously you build one of these magic versions for Dialdo. It gives them some pierce attack up, some magic attack up, but what it also does is gives Human Killer up for him, and then AoE resistance 8. So this is really nice for him to get that AoE resistance from a source that allows you to then get some more defensive stats from other pieces of equipment. So this looks really good, and these bonus effects also work for Lancer, for Dragoon, for Trick Lancer. So if you have those units lying around, then you might be able to use this on other units as well. We also have some other Transcendence units. So Moore will get an upgrade. She'll get some HP, some Spirit Pen, and then her skill 25 is being upgraded in that it will be able to dispel Shell. Now this is a pretty weird range, and it doesn't really, you know, change her kit too much. Dispelling Shell can be pretty important for damage, but it doesn't majorly change the way that she plays. So this upgrade doesn't really do much for me. We also have Nivlu, who is getting an upgrade for her crit rate, her acquired AP up, which are both very good to see. And then her Job 25 skill also gets upgraded. It's a self buff, but now it will actually give some agility, which is really good. So this buff is pretty handy considering you have this acquired AP up now. You have AP consumption down, and then you also have agility up. It means that she's going to be a lot more self-sufficient without something like bells. And that is all adding up to a very nice Time Mage for manual play. The fact that she can manipulate some things and maybe get off some nice debuffs as well, and some barrier breaks and all that kind of stuff, but she can still use her Time Mage skills as well for your allies. So I think that, you know, in manual PvP, maybe she'll see even more play. Not that she's been seeing a ton of play, but otherwise for auto play, it doesn't really matter. We also have Surges, who gets an upgrade with agility, 30% slash resistance. Let's go, Surges. The Leap Flight, not a huge deal. Basically what we're seeing here is it gives it a decreased defense penetration by 30%. Not overall going to fix him. Maybe this is going to be okay for limited guild battle, but even then we have McLeod, so I don't know. I don't really see a use of this. And then finally is Mia, who gets AoE resistance. She just gets a flat 1500 HP score, but then her Job 25 skill, this is actually kind of interesting. So it already was a pretty nice ST break, as well as a agility break, but now it also decreases CT by 50. So this is actually a really good skill. This is an insane PvE skill if you're fighting a boss, and you can lower the single target resistance. It makes all of your allies, regardless of element, deal more damage with single target attacks. The boss will take their turns slower because they have less agility, but also if they were about to get a turn, then this will strip them of that CT, and all of a sudden your other allies have a chance to chain even more, and it will make it more possible for you to hit damage cap on PvE bosses. So if you are making a wind slash team, or a slash team in general, or maybe just a team where you can set this up before everybody else goes, then this is a really nice skill to build into a PvE team. But otherwise, that's really the only thing I could see you using it for. I don't think that she has too much use in autoplay. Well, that's it for this news video. I'm going to go get to work on my Dialdo should you pull video, so look forward to that coming out either Monday or Tuesday night, depending on how much work I get done. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon in another video.